Good morning. It's July 10th, and this is your daily brief in science. Here's everything you need to know. A new chapter in space biology centers on nerve repair and tissue manufacturing, with Auxilium aiming to improve how implants distribute drug-containing particles so repairs are more effective. Building on earlier ISS work, the project treats orbital bioprinting as a research tool rather than a factory solution, seeking long-term goals of off-planet tissue production for medical and industrial use. The 2024 ISS mission focused on even particle distribution to aid nerve repair implants, applying those lessons to subsequent tissue printing experiments. Regulators are still shaping pathways for space-produced medical products, and industry groups have participated in FDA workshops, but clinical deployment remains years away. Officials like Koffler say it will take time before space-made medical products reach clinics, while emphasizing that a regulatory framework now is important. In the near term, the value lies in creating organoids and tissue models for drug testing, with regulators encouraging alternatives to animal testing and the FDA highlighting organoids as a recommended option. Liver and kidney tissues printed in space were returned to Earth about 2 weeks before this report and are under analysis to assess structure and cell distribution. Analysts are evaluating how cells are distributed within the printed constructs to understand tissue organization. Wake Forest University supplied the liver and kidney cells used in the experiments, and Dr. Anthony Atala described the results as an important advance for regenerative medicine with uniform cell distribution. W-Firm designs guided the tissue fabrication under Atala's leadership, underscoring potential implications for in-space manufacturing of tissues and medical devices. The collaboration is part of a broader collaboration led by Dr. Atala's team at W-Firm, with liver and kidney cells contributing to the work. The project envisions future space station developments with stakeholders like VAST and Starlab, signaling ongoing growth of space-based biomanufacturing infrastructure. A major advance in regenerative dentistry centers on notch signaling and DLX3 as key regulators of enamel formation. Researchers used a robust organoid platform to generate mature enamel-forming cells from human stem cells, enabling tooth development research, disease modeling, and therapy exploration. DLX3 is essential for final amyloblast maturation. Cells lacking DLX3 become early amyloblasts but do not activate the full enamel-secreting gene program even with strong notch stimulation. The team used single-cell RNA sequencing, human iPSCs differentiated into odontoblasts and amyloblasts, and three-dimensional amyloblast organoids to study maturation with and without odontoblasts. Leading authors include Dr. Hanala Ruohola-Baker and Dr. Anjali P. Patni from the University of Washington, with the study published online in the International Journal of Oral Science on March 2, 2026. The paper is titled Soluble Notch: Agonist Enables Human Amyloblast Maturation and Enamel-like Tissue Formation for Tooth Regeneration, and it carries the DOI https://doi.org/1038/S41368-026-00429-4. Engineered organoids exhibited mature enamel-forming cell features, including epithelial polarity and upregulated maturation markers such as ODAM, KLK4, TUFT1, FAM83H, and WDR72, and when transplanted under the kidney capsule in mice, formed enamel-like mineralized material. In vivo enamel-like mineralization was observed after transplant of engineered organoids under the kidney capsule of immunodeficient mice, indicating functional potential. Notch-activated organoids showed enamel-like properties, including epithelial polarity and upregulation of maturation markers, with enamel-like mineralization seen in mouse transplantation studies. A MIT physicist proposes a satellite-based sensor system to detect hidden thermonuclear weapons in orbit by sensing neutrons produced when high-energy protons strike uranium, using the inner Van Allen belt as a diagnostic environment. An inspector satellite would carry neutron sensors arranged in 2 panels, employing scintillators and synthetic diamond detectors to distinguish spallation neutrons from weapon material versus natural background. If a target spacecraft is within a few kilometers, roughly a week of data collection could confirm a nuclear device, and a fleet of about 10 inspector satellites could shorten verification to hours. The study is theoretical and aims to spur prototypes and development, acknowledging operational complexity while stressing potential importance for space security and treaty verification. Practical challenges include the need for near-satellite proximity, which could raise collision risks or tensions without a formal verification framework, rather than uncoordinated surveillance. Secrecy surrounding arms control research and the need for open collaboration are noted, with the hope that inspector satellites could verify treaty compliance either cooperatively or independently. The concept addresses gaps in verifying space-based nuclear weapons and offers a feasible monitoring approach that could inform policy and national technical means for space security. The proposal seeks to fill verification gaps under the Outer Space Treaty, which lacks robust mechanisms for detecting space-based nuclear weapons amid rising orbital activity. Historical context recalls the 1967 Outer Space Treaty and its continued relevance as space becomes more congested with satellites. If realized, the system could provide a verification mechanism for the Outer Space Treaty by enabling autonomous monitoring of early warning or inspection missions in space, impacting global security and governance. The plan is detailed in a Nature paper online since July 8, 2026, by MIT researcher Areg Danagulian and collaborators, outlining technical and legal considerations under current space law. The concept remains unproven and would require addressing substantial practical challenges before an operational detector system could be built. Illinois is aiming to become a national quantum hub by hosting 4 of the 10 National Quantum Initiative Centers, including Argonne and Fermilab's DOE centers and 2 NSF Quantum Leap Challenge Institutes, aligning with NSF X Lab's focus areas in quantum sensing and hybrid architectures and networks. The initiative uses existing regional quantum infrastructure to turn Chicago into a hotspot for high-growth quantum startups, supported by the Illinois DARPA Quantum Proving Ground and additional regional facilities. Illinois has a comprehensive funding package that includes a $3.0 million dedicated DCEO matching grant pool, a $250,000 supplementary fund, and immediate Tier 1 lab space allocations. The program acts as a multiplier for early-stage federal hardware developers, allowing Phase 0 NSF X Labs awardees to indicate intent to relocate to Illinois in their federal filings and access state matching funds within months of awards. An extra $250,000 operational integration package via a regional development syndicate will accelerate access to advanced prototyping foundries and testbeds. Commitments from hardware developers and tech anchors, including IBM, PsiQuantum, Inflection, Pascal, Dirac, and Quantum Machines, anchor Illinois' regional quantum ecosystem. IQMP will provide cryogenic, test and measurement equipment and other facilities to support X-Labs teams, reducing infrastructure costs. IQMP spans 128 acres and is under construction, set to become one of the world's largest quantum computing sites for hardware, software, and application development. Governor Pritzker has prioritized quantum investments with a $500 million IQMP commitment and a prior $200 million Chicago Quantum Exchange pledge, helping attract federal dollars and major quantum tenants. Ecosystem partners, Chicago Quantum Exchange, P33, Polsky Center, and MHUB will coordinate integration and provide access to prototyping facilities and test beds. In addition to state funding, partners will contribute about $250,000 in funding and offer priority access to lab space and IQMP infrastructure. The program aims to augment federal X-Labs funding by giving Illinois-based teams operational autonomy and access to IQMP's infrastructure, labs, and networks. Ectopic pregnancy admissions in England rose through 2005 to 2012, leveled briefly, and then climbed again from 2021 to 2024, reaching 44,577. Miscarriage admissions declined from 2010 to 2018, and again from 2018 to 2021, but surged from 2021 to 2024 to a total of 133,400 admissions over 4 years. In the 2010-2021 decade, miscarriages fell from 45,232 to 31,046, then rose to higher levels by 2024, indicating a post-pandemic uptick. The lead author notes that women in more deprived communities face greater risk factors and barriers to care, linking reproductive health to broader social and economic conditions. Researchers attribute factors such as post-COVID changes in healthcare, shifts in care-seeking behavior, older maternal age, rising obesity, and broader reproductive health risks as contributors to the rise. These factors may collectively drive higher admissions for miscarriage and ectopic pregnancy. The study, slated for publication in Human Reproduction, calls for making pregnancy loss a major priority in women's health research. An abstract will be published, emphasizing continued attention to equitable early pregnancy care and outcomes. Overall, the research underscores pregnancy loss as a priority area, urging further work on causes, care improvements, and prevention to reduce avoidable losses. Significant socioeconomic inequalities persist. In the most deprived decile, miscarriage admissions were 71,104 versus 26,414 in the least deprived, about 2.7-fold. And ectopic admissions were 18,745 versus 7,580, about 2.4-fold. These inequalities remained pronounced in the most recent decade, underscoring the disparity in outcomes by deprivation level. A large national study in England analyzed nearly 787,000 miscarriage admissions, 212,000 ectopic pregnancy admissions, and over 12 million deliveries from 2004 to 2024, noting rising admissions for both conditions in the post-COVID era. This has been your daily brief in science. To read more about these stories, follow the links in the episode bio. You can also subscribe to these updates via email at www.brief.news. For more daily podcasts about the topics you love, visit brief.news/podcasts. We'll be back Monday with everything you need to know.